Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, everyone? Kickstory podcast. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Hey, it's a great day. U.S. men's won the gold yesterday. Basketball. U.S. women's won the gold. Tough game, close game. Basketball. Glad to be with you guys. About to bring in Bobby Kicks. Then we got a special guest. This is actually his first live. I'm really excited. Big Macintosh, man. This is or Macadoshis, I should say. This is going to be a real good one. Let me bring in Bobby Kicks. Bobby Kicks, I'm going to bring you in the mix. Hold on one second. Hey, Bobby. Hope you guys have enjoyed our Olympic episode. Tis the season, right? I always say with the Olympics. So hope you guys enjoying it. Bobby Kicks.
Yo. Why is this
Put it in
camera always?
reverse.
I'm trying. Hold on. There we go.
Yes, sir.
What the hell?
Almost.
All right.
Can't
What's up, guys?
you, my man. Yes,
What's
sir. What's
going
going
on?
on, kid?
What's the latest? What's the latest update that you've started so far?
All I said was tis the season. U.S. won the gold yesterday. Men's basketball. Women's won today. Did you see both games, man?
I didn't watch the women, so I'll say this, and not to take away anything from the U.S. Olympics team, but it was a close one on both ends. Okay, so the world has caught up. It's not an easy cakewalk anymore, right? There's a lot of talent around the world, and that's something that I think the U.S. needs to keep in mind because sometimes it can get a little cocky, in my opinion. Okay.
I agree. Here's the thing. Team with 1992 Team USA, we saw those blowouts, those 40-point games, 40-point blowouts. You're right. The past maybe 5 to 6 MVPs in the NBA have been European.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So
You're right.
great games, great competition. I love seeing competition. I love seeing close games because you get to see some
Yeah.
good competitive play, right? LeBron in the Olympics, I'm a fan. I saw him perform in different ways that I haven't seen him in the NBA. So much
Really?
respect.
I mean,
Yes.
he's always really, that's surprising. All
I
right.
don't know.
All right. All right.
Maybe
Wait a minute.
maybe
Wait a minute. LeBron has your respect?
yo, he's always had my respect. I just as a human being, as a man, he's a good person. As a player, I just don't like that he has trying so hard to try to take over MJ's legacy. He's trying hard. He took away, he used 23. He did Space Jam 2. He's trying to get all these accolades. I'm like, I don't know. It was too obvious for me to see what he's
Yeah.
trying to do. Again, that's another discussion on its own. But the U.S. Team had a close competition. It was great to watch, and the world is no joke anymore. So that's awesome.
And one more thing. I put this on a post yesterday. I've been blessed to see MJ. I remember MJ since 1988. That's my memory of MJ.
Yeah,
Saw him lose, saw him win, saw him come back, So I've seen all of MJ for the most
right.
part.
Yeah,
But to see Steph Curry,
yes, 100%.
okay?
Yeah,
Like in 5 years from now, we're gonna realize how rare Steph Curry was. I mean, we realize that now, but when he scored 4 threes
yeah,
in a row, and you know what? I had to record it and watch it again, and I just was just like it still gave me chills what he did in that last shot he
yeah.
did, falling away over 2 defenders. I mean,
I mean,
come on, Bobby Hicks. Come on, Bobby Hicks.
Steph Curry did what Steph Curry does best. He when he steps up, he shows up, and he proved it there. I'm surprised that was his first Olympics. For some
Right,
reason, like I would
right.
have thought he should have done the previous ones, but I mean his own thing, But I'm glad to see that he at least has one in his record book. You know what I'm saying?
In
So he has
in the
Olympic gold,
resume.
championships.
Word.
He's and shout out to LeBron. He has 4 golds. That's big time.
Yep. Yep.
So again,
No.
LeBron.
He has LeBron has 3. KD
Oh,
has 4.
wow. Okay, okay. I take that back then. Okay,
So
KD has
KD
4.
has the most GOAT, but
Wow.
you know what, Bobby Kicks? We can have, people that's coming here could think that this is a Olympics episode, which hence we do have our Olympic episode out right now, our top 5, which
Right,
is
right, right, right,
exciting.
right. Exactly.
Yes, shout out to the ladies. The ladies, woo, nail biter, Bobby Kicks. You got to see highlights of that one.
Yeah,
Ladies won by 1 point, and it should have been tied. It could have been tied,
could have
but
been tied.
once we talk about our episode, then let's talk about our guests. We got a special one
Yes,
today,
yes, yes.
Bobby.
And real quick, so yes, you're right. Salute to the ladies. They set records as well too. They're setting records of how many golds they won. So salute to them. It's not always about the guys, but for sure the ladies. But yes,
1,000%.
the last episode we went into our top 5 favorite Olympic kicks that we see in the Olympics.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
surprises in there. I threw some surprises in there that you didn't see coming. So
At
definitely
all.
watch
At
that.
all.
Definitely watch that. It's on YouTube already. Again,
Yeah.
episode 20. Go to kickstorypodcast.com. You'll see all our links to all of our audio platforms and YouTube channels. So one-stop
Yep.
shop. Go there. You click on the links, and you make sure to subscribe and to hit those notification bells on all platforms. Episode 21 is going to be an awesome one too. We actually go into an unboxing, and that's all I'll say about that. So look for
Yep.
episode 21. That's going to be next, not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. Since we changed up the episode 20, since we were out of town last weekend, so a lot of things came up. We were out of town. I was in Dallas. You were in Venice Beach, LA, enjoying yourself. You met up with Seth, Soul to Soul. Shout out to Soul to Soul again. Great,
Yep.
awesome dude. I was in Dallas,
Yep.
hung out with Professor Skula. Super fun.
Yep.
Got to see SwapCon in person. That was awesome to see. I'm definitely going to return to the next one, maybe as a vendor. So we'll see. And
Yep.
I
I
mean,
also want to give a shout out. Shout out to Nike. Nike opened the Kickstory podcast up. They opened their floodgates, opened their doors to us, and I had a Nike experience. Had some drinks on Nike Dime, and experience Nike in LA, Santa
Very
Monica.
cool.
So shout out Nike. Shout out for allowing you guys to open up your doors for Kickstory podcast and experience what you guys were doing on that Saturday night to celebrate the Olympics. So yep, shout out, amazing time. Like you said, Bobby Kicks, divide and conquer.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Right?
honestly, last weekend was a lot of work. It was
Yes,
fun,
sir.
and it was great,
Yep.
man. Like, we went to Dallas, we went to LA. You got to
Yep.
experience Nike. I got to experience SwapCon with Professor Skula. There's a lot of going on, man. Like, so this is a lot of work. And again, thank you for all the support. Your orders from the online pop-up shop are being processed. I just want to put that out there. They're
Yes.
being processed.
Yes.
We're going to ship out soon. Since it was a pop-up shop, they were waiting for the orders to come in and the shop to close in order for them to process the orders. Okay, so the orders will come to you soon. And again, a little goes a long ways for us. All that is going to go towards the podcast so we can produce more content. So again, shout out to you guys and the supporters for doing that for us. Another pop-up shop will come down the road, so we're going to think of more merchandise we can get to you guys pretty soon. So that's in the mix as well. But again, lots of work, lots of fun, and I'm ready to get the live guests.
I want to do my last shout out, and then we're going to the grand finale, which is our special guest. Shout out to Soul to Soul. Thanks for meeting up with me, taking me to your spot, Undefeated Santa Monica. Got some undefeated threads on right now. Soul to Soul, thank you very much. We'll see you soon in the future. Not going to explain when, but we'll see you soon, Soul to Soul. Also, last name.
Can't wait for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also, guys, those who supported our first pop-up shop, thank you, like Bobby said. But show us love by showing us your threads on Instagram.
Tag us.
Right? Take some pictures. Maybe even do an audio. Do a video. Whatever you do, take a picture of you rocking a bucket hat, a workout shirt, a hoodie, shorts. Even our little drawstring book bags. Any type of support that you've given to us, we have complete gratitude. But also want to show some more gratitude by showing us some love. So I just wanted to put that out there. Bobby Kicks, let's introduce our guest. Go ahead, Bobby.
Big Macadoshis. Now, this guy is a cool dude. His page just started, but he's a super cool collector. He got my attention on on his page with all the OGs that he has. One of them is the air turbulence. I'm like, all right, this dude knows what's up with the air turbulence. So
Yes, sir.
I'm,
Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of his collection and his direction on how he likes to collect and why he does it. So let's bring him on, man. I'm ready to go.
Big Macadoshis, I just invited you. All you got to do is press that button. I know you're watching our live right now, and let the show begin.
100%, man. So yeah, Big Mac, and like I said, his page is full of OGs. But I'll let him introduce himself and how he got to the game. But again, my attraction to his page was all the OJs that he had. So
Same.
I think we see eye to eye on the relevance of those OG sneakers in today's game. So that's an awesome.
He gets it. He gets it, right? What he shows and what he rocks is not retros. It's stuff that if you lived in the 90s,
you know what's up.
Oh, I remember those.
And there's a lot of stories behind it, man. Lots of stories. Again, Kickstory. It's all about the stories. Retro Talk Forum. Hey, real quick, Goatee, we need to connect with them. We need to do the crossover episode. So if you're hearing this, let's get that going soon.
Yep. Down for the cause.
Yes.
Always down for the cause. Big Macadoshis, you may be having. It just says you're unable to join. I'm gonna try you again, brother. I'm gonna try you again.
One quick tip, Big Mac. If you're watching this, close your app and open it back up, and see if that works as well too. And you could also request to be on the live. So go ahead and add your request first. If that doesn't work, restart your app, Big Mac, and then try to invite yourself to it. So let us know if that works out. In the meantime, we're gonna talk up. I
just invited him again. While we're waiting, Bobby Kicks, because I'm still in this Olympic vibe, right? I'm still in this Olympic vibe. This is the last day of the Olympic closing ceremonies, right?
Yes.
Been an amazing Olympic. Have you noticed any kicks on courts from the men's or women's side that was like caught your attention?
Yes. Thank you for that. I saw on track and field, as always. Okay, looks like. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
You know what, Bobby? Let's get back to that. Let's welcome our
guys. Yes. Sorry about that, man. I was trying to do it on the on my laptop. For some reason, there was some confusion on my laptop, so I'm on my phone now.
Okay. Now, here's a little wrench in this. I can't see you. I could see Goatee and myself.
Okay. So do you hear me?
We come up. Hold on a second. We came across this issue before. Now, Goatee, you can see all three of us?
I can see all three of you guys, but Bobby, I don't want to go through this again.
No,
Bobby.
I know. So, audience, I just want to make sure the audience sees all three. If the audience can see all three, let us know.
I think the audience can see all three. Bobby, do you want him? Bobby, do you want to log out and log back in and see if this works, Bobby?
On my end, I think this is the iPhone versus Android thing. It's one of those things that I think this is what we're experiencing. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I can. I'll. Okay, everyone can see all three.
Log off. Bobby, log off. I'm going to invite you right now.
Well, but
Big Mac, Big Mac, stay where you're at. You're good. Let me log off. And I'll come back in, okay? So thank you guys for responding to that. You can see all three. We're going to do one more thing. In the meantime, talk among yourselves. I'm going to tune out for a second, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was trying to do it on the laptop. For some reason, the laptop didn't want to work with me either. So that's
are you using an iPhone right now?
I am.
Are you using an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby has a Droid. So for some reason, sometimes with iPhones and Droids, he's not able to see all three screens. It rarely happens. This is not a reoccurring thing, but we've seen this before. I'm going to invite him again. Hold on one second.
Yep.
Hold on one second. Let me invite Bobby again. All right. Bobby's about to join. All right, here you go, Bobby.
Yeah. I can see everyone now. Awesome.
Put it in reverse, Bobby. We good?
What's up, Bobby?
I can see all three. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for your patience. Big Mac. Can I call you Big Mac?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Awesome, for sure, brother. For sure, man.
Let's Big Mac. It's your world. We are just living in it. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. Introduce yourself. Tell the world. Let's get the show going, man.
Everybody, so I go by Big Macadoshis, Big Mac, whatever you guys want to call me. Nice to meet y'all, man. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk with you guys, and to show my collection. Also, like what I'm trying to, get to in the works, by repairing. And so I have some of my 3 projects here that I want to get going that already been
Nice.
started. And
Nice.
so the other thing would be, just if I could just get this out of the way and make sure that I give a big shout out to the people that are, if they're online and they're watching. If not, at some point I hope that they see this, but I just want to make sure that it's recorded and that they go back and see like, hey, you know what, he shot me out. So I want to make sure that I shout out, God first, man, just God, and just for this great opportunity, Jesus Christ, and my wife, my loving wife, Leslie, that she's, watching me and supporting me, and my daughter Zoe, that, she's one of
What's
my
up,
biggest.
Zoe? What's up,
Yeah, man,
Leslie?
my daughter is one of my biggest, like fans. So I'm always trying to like show her the ways. So my shout out to my daughter Zoe, and my mother-in-law's in town, Marta. So shout out to you, saludos. And going strong with the people that have been on here and showing me the way. So one of the main ones that I just want to take the time real quick to just give a major shout out is to Revenge of the Sneakers. I couldn't.
Revenge, what's
Yeah,
up?
man. That guy is the most authentic, amazing individual, super unique fella.
Yes.
Like he could talk to you about kicks and talk to you about personal things, and we talk about life, we talk about shoes, we talk about the past, we talk about projects, and he's just an amazing individual. So shout out to Revenge of the Sneakers, Classic Threads, Cole Sop,
Yes.
Seth. Seth Dirk. So man, dude, that guy has has. He's a genius, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's up with that guy. He's a savant, man. Like he's just amazing. So the real big out kicks. Inspector check. Ayo Johnny Skula. What can we say about Skula, man?
He's a
Skula's
fun
changing the
dude.
game.
Yeah.
Like if you
Dude.
guys don't know about Skula, man, you guys are just like you guys need to. And so Jays for Days, which she's an amazing lady. Enoch Seven, Jesse the Jerk, my brother Johnny Steve, 90s Fly Guy, Carl K, and Black Queen. And she has her own dimension, 2 dimension clothing. So thank you all, and Aaron Cooper, the big guy, Aaron
The
Cooper,
big
man.
guy.
Hey,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I wanted to just get it out of the way. Just give that shout out, man, to everybody. And yeah, man, I'm grateful for everybody, dude. So let's go.
Awesome, man. Real quick, all the names that you just introduced, we would love to connect with them too in our future live because there's a lot of people that we
Definitely.
want to gravitate towards. So thank you for doing that. The shout out for everyone, man. Huge thank you for everyone watching. Your new audiences that are watching our channel through you and vice versa. Thank you again.
yep.
This is a mutual opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because you have something that we want to check out and vice versa. So this is a great collaboration. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man.
I agree. I agree. And you know what? That's admirable. That's admirable that you're in this game and you recognize those who
Yeah.
influenced you, right? You recognize those that you're building rapport and relationships with. And so I always respect people that can recognize their peers, right? And recognize their influences. So I gotta salute you on that. Really. That's real noble of you.
Thank you, man.
Um
Thank you. I
to get
appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. To get the party started, I'm curious. Bobby and I, we see your vintage pieces, your
Mhm.
kicks. What got you into sneakers? Like when it started, like what's your kickstory?
So, so I was born in Little Tokyo, LA, right? And then, we were raised in LA, but then when it really started, we moved to Hollywood, like in the 80s. So Hollywood, Franklin Avenue, right by Griffin Park. So, I came from a family of, immigrants, and, they were old school minded, so trying to get into like the new wave of like even music and all this stuff, like MTV was starting, and so just seeing, like all these artists, what they were dressing, what they were using, and, in Hollywood, there was a lot of indoor swap meets. So many, dude. And you would see all these shoes, but with parents who were just trying to understand, the city life, for them, it's like, you don't need that. What you need is this, and they were just trying to get by,
Yeah,
make things
yeah.
like, yeah, they were just trying to make life as
Yeah.
good as possible. So I remember our first kicks was always going to Kmart at the time.
Wow.
Kmart was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So for us, like Kmart was like our sneaker store. We went from the tracks They were some old school looking, like kind of like Diodoras, and then we went to like the Protex.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So and then you had these other
Wow.
ones that had fancy names like Protex, and they were Protect 5000 or something. You're like, yeah, I'm wearing these, right?
Yes. I
So they were
remember
high
that.
top,
Wow. That's so funny,
slippery as
man.
hell. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
But, yeah, and then we went to PF Flyers, right? And we didn't understand how original PF Flyers were at the time. And then I really liked the turfs, so I used to buy a lot of the Payless, the McGregors, that's what they were called. And
Gregors. Yes.
so
Yeah.
we used to get them there, and then from there, my parents gave me my first ever Joe Montana LA Gear, the street hike, and for me, it was
Wow.
like, oh my god, dude!
Nice.
Like this was like, I remember those shoes. I slept with them. I slept with them on because that's how much
Nice.
I
Yeah,
liked them,
yeah.
right? So, and then there goes another shout out to Revenge. When I first spoke with him, I was like, "Have you ever seen this? This was my very first shoe." And Revenge was like, "You mean this one?" I was like,
Wow.
"Yeah."
He had
He
it.
has them.
Wow.
So he
That's
brought me
fly.
back, right?
That's
So from
fly.
there, just it started going up. But then we moved up to like, I was always into not wanting to wear what everybody was wearing. So like, I was into a lot of British Knights. So I used to have a lot of BKs, but
Yes.
you know, you get a little older and then you move to other places and you just can't, like if anybody understands living in the hood, you can't be wearing certain things. So you
You're
had
right.
to
100%.
so I couldn't wear no more BKs, and it wasn't because I didn't like them. It's just that you couldn't do that in the hood. It just represented something else, if you
Gang,
Exactly
know what I'm talking about,
right.
right?
gang stuff. Gang,
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
gang language.
yeah. So then I went from there to like owning, going to Reeboks and Fila's, right? So
Nice.
from Fila's, I remember I was having the spaghettis, the swarms, the Rain Man, the bubbles, the
Nice.
Adidas shell, and then I went to Adidas and shell toes. But before I go any further, before I go to like having then going into Nike, I want to show
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
So this is a old British Knight. It's called the Dimacell, right?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
this was one
nice.
of my oldest shoes that I got.
So
Right?
so so
Damn.
the toe cap right there, is that like rubberized?
Yeah. So this you could still use it to this day,
Wow.
right?
So the toe right there on the
Wow.
front, it
Yeah.
looks like it's rubberized, right? It
Yeah.
looks like
Right here.
is this a hiking shoe? What is this?
This is more like a hiking shoe, right? So it's all like
Wow.
laced up, right? So it's all laced up from the bottom
Wow,
going
that's
through the
cool.
shoe, things like
It
that.
goes
Yo,
to the side
that's a
then.
dope
Wow.
design.
It's like an
That's a dope
ACG.
design.
It's like an ACG
Yeah,
from
exactly.
BK.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
this.
What year is that? What
Oh
year is that
man,
shoe?
I was trying to investigate this a long time ago, and unfortunately, it doesn't give me that. It's hard to find this guy. So that's the problem that I've been having with this shoe. But it's still wearable. I lose a little bit of here and there chips of paint, but what's one little chip of paint when you're using it for 8 hours, right? So it's still great. It's still
Right.
wearable.
Based on the design and the little, the color combinations like that, I'm gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
like 92. I'm gonna say 1992.
right. So
I can it gives me that
yeah,
Indestruct outdoor
yeah,
Like
basketball
black top,
hiking vibe.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
like
Air raid.
almost like black top style. So I'm gonna say 92. I'm gonna say
Exactly.
1992.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you that much.
It
It
says
looks
Derek. All
that's
right.
what I liked about it. That it just looked. It gave me that that feel like, oh man, this looks like a street hike type of shoe, right? So that's what I ended
Yep.
up
So
picking up.
Yep.
I see a name. It says Derek Coleman. It says that's dope. It's a real big. Al Kicks says Derek Coleman. Is
Those are
that the?
Derek
Are you
Comans.
saying those are Derek Coleman?
Oh
Wow.
well, look at that.
That's
Thank you, real big
news to
cupcakes,
me.
man.
Wow.
There you go. You see,
You
that
know
guy's my
what?
boy,
Derek
man.
Coleman's
Family right
yo.
there.
Derek Coleman was with
Yeah,
British Knights, so that makes
yeah,
sense. He was with British Knights.
yeah, man.
Wow.
You see, real
Okay.
big
Wow.
cupcakes. That's why he's a genius, man. Like, I adore that guy. That guy's great. So like from going from British
Salute.
Knights, I started going into like Reeboks, right? So from Reeboks, I started getting a lot of the what do you call it, like the Scott Morris type of models. So I have these. These are the Hoop Axioms.
Ooh, look at that design, Bobby. That's
Wow.
tough.
I love that.
That's tough.
That's a nice looking shoe, man. Like that
Yeah.
reminds
So
me of what Reebok was doing some awesome stuff in the early 90s, man. Like
Yep.
that's a great example of it, man.
Yep.
yeah.
A
So
great
these,
example.
I reached out to Scott Morris about these, and he just told me that it was a great era to make shoes. It was a great time, and this is one of the things that when you're a kid, you're like, dude, you're wearing like gold. You know, you're just wearing something. It feels like you're
Yes.
gliding
Yeah,
on
yeah,
water,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
this, I
Yes.
think
yeah.
to top it out, they used to have a high top or a mid with a strap on the top, right? And
Yep,
man,
yep. The preseasons,
yeah,
And
preseason.
yeah. So I was
if
trying to
you had the
get that,
matching
but
socks, if you had the matching socks, you were
oh
it,
yeah,
man. When as a kid, like with the logo on there. Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, the back.
So I got that, and then then from Reeboks that I going into high school, I was like getting like I needed to get a summer job so that my parents could like allow me to wear what I wanted to wear, and then that's when it all started. Where like I ended up getting my first diamond turfs. Unfortunately, I don't have that model, but from there, that's where I ended up just getting as close as possible to any type of turfs that I could get, and it was so I went back to these, right?
Nice.
Woo!
So
Yes,
you guys probably already know
yes.
I'm a
Dan
49ers
Marino.
fan. So
Hey,
yeah,
let's go Niners.
I'm a huge
Let's go
49ers
faithful.
fan. So
Let's go
this is
faithful.
yeah. So I'm hoping like I think we're supposed to get diamond turfs. I think next year. I think so.
Yep,
That's
yep,
the plan.
yep,
So that's my goal with
yep,
this. To just
yep.
complete my collection. But I really wanted to take it a bit further and go like more old school with it and just like bring back the essence of what it was to wear a shoe that was meant to for you to practice in, and I wanted to use it as a daily. So I ended up getting these two colorways right here, which is
Ooh,
the Makos.
Wow. And those are high
what are those called?
These
too.
are Makos.
Wow.
Makos. That's what's that?
Yeah,
91.
this is like all the way from the 80s to like the 90s.
Wow.
Wow.
They just continue to model. This is what like a lot of people would train in, like
Yes.
on the treads, on turf treads.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so like this shoe is like still like this could be almost like it's almost like as good as a military, boot because it has so much
Right,
stitching
right.
on
It
there.
looks like a turf shoe. Is it a turf
Yeah,
shoe for turf?
yeah,
Yep,
right.
yep.
But
What I like
the
about
beauty
the
of
shoes, what I like
yeah,
about the shoes, the toe has that
yeah,
mesh in right there, so you can make it breathable and flexible. So
right.
that's just that's a good performance detail. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The one of the beauty parts of this shoe is that you see this red inside.
Ooh,
So
that's nice.
they're two little pieces of leather that go inside the shoe, and then so it
Ooh,
wraps between the shoe, then into that, then go back to the shoe, then goes back to that, and what it does, it
oh, that's
actually
sick.
snugs in the shoe
Oh
like that
wow. Okay. It's like
inside,
it's
Yeah,
like it's like
yep.
right?
That is a football player shoe. Yeah,
those Chinese finger traps. It's kind of like woven like that.
There you go.
yeah,
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 hey,
yeah, yeah,
there you go. That's
yeah.
a good way to see
Yeah, good
it.
call.
Yeah, man. So
Nice.
these were actually like retro talk. He has a great point. These were actually meant for to play some football. But as we know, I think
Yeah,
who is it? They brought back some of the turfs. I'm just trying to. I can't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Bo Jack. It was like the first Bo Jackson ones, like the low tops,
Which ones? Sorry, the
right?
Generals. Somebody brought back the
Generals,
low Generals, the
generals,
General lows
generals.
right now, and I just can't. I have that problem where I forget who like certain
Yeah.
words, but they brought back the lows. I think Skula ended up getting a pair.
Field
Field
general. Yep.
So yeah, so that this is
general.
a good way to bring back like the essence of what is about football. So
Call me
this is
Very
something that
cool.
crazy, real quick. Can I say? Call me crazy. If you put the sneaker just in the front, just showcase it in the front. If you close your eyes and open it real quick, you think it's the Air Jordan 5 white and
yeah.
fire red.
It,
If you
it kind
because that
yeah.
white and
I
black,
can see
you
that.
see it?
I can
You're the
see it at a
second guy
glance.
that
Yeah.
said that.
Just the front. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
you're the second guy that said
Sorry.
that, man. So yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's
so
dope.
then,
That's
then
dope.
from there, I started getting more into like basketballs and basketball shoes, and then well, sorry, before I forget, another football one that used to be for Reggie Rice, and then also I think they try to use it for Roy Jones Jr. This is like my holy grail of grails right here. Um,
Yes.
I tried fixing
Pro
it, but
shops. Yeah.
I have other ideas. I'm not too like in a rush to get this fixed because this one I really don't want to like mess it up. There's really not much I could do, but it does come with the air unit that I could replace from an Air Max 97. But I want to make
Okay.
sure, like I just really want to be really like meticulous on this. So this is my holy grails of grails, and you really don't
Let
see
me
this
see.
that could still be wearable. So this is the Air Ubiquitous.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes.
Jerry Rice.
Ooh,
Jerry
wow. I've
Rice.
only seen pictures online of those damn shoes, man. That
Ooh.
is so cool that you have them. Wow. Those are
Yeah, so
awesome.
these right here, man, I
Ooh.
got them and I tore them apart and I re-glued them. So this would be, I could say, my first glue
Wow.
to re-glue this. Try to save them as much as possible. And then that's when I was talking to Revenge, and Revenge was just giving me, some pointers of like, you need to do this, you need to do that. So all kudos to him, for helping me to get this all straightened away. But these I can still wear them out and about in the street. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
I I
Wow.
did something that maybe it just it goes against code, but I wanted to wear them. So what I did is I ended up filling them up with this like the silicone inside, but it's a silicone that turns into a rubber.
Wow.
So the rubber,
Oh.
it's not
That's a
a
good
silicone
idea.
that dries up. It actually you can use
It's
it to make a
bouncy.
heel on a yeah. So these are still
Wow.
wearable.
That's a damn
So wait.
good
So wait. So hold
idea.
on. So wait. So for that process, you open a hole and then you fill that hole with silicone. Like, what's that
So
process like?
so I'm trying. It's called Plasti Do or something. I can't remember the name, but
No
so what I
problem.
did is with certain rubber like wet rubbers, you don't want to like put too much pressure because you'll create bubbles and then you're gonna start having to like
Got it.
purge out bubbles continuously. In this case, I already had a crack existing right here, a small crack. Let's just say about a quarter. So what I did is that I bought a syringe for turkeys and I just siphoned it up, put it in there, and let it just drip slowly. And then again, kind of like work the
Wow.
shoe, and then again work the shoe. And it was a process like about for two to 3 days, right?
Wow. That's a
So
good
it was just
idea.
me. So yeah, so these are my holy grails of grails.
So let me ask.
Now,
Let me ask you
go
a
ahead,
quick.
Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby.
So
Sorry.
so when you injected that, it's a clear silicon, right? It's
It's
clear.
kind of like a silicone. It comes in a little can. What I could do
Okay.
is in my description, I'll put on I'll put a description. What is it I use? But you can find it at your local Home Depot where
Right.
it's like it's a plastic that normally people use for tools where the handles are at. They want to put this rubber grip. So all you do is you dip it
Got it.
into that and then it dries up. But that type of rubber drip is works because it's flexible and it doesn't get the friction. Like if you were to get a piece of metal and try to like bend it and it
Yeah,
finally snaps,
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
It
get that
doesn't
with this type
harden.
of rubber.
Right. It doesn't harden then. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's a good okay. Because here's the reason why I asked, because I have fear that my old school retro Air Bacons are gonna just deflate because I've been wearing them, right? And I'm thinking, man, I don't want to wear out these bubbles because you can't restore those easily. You can't really find all the epoxy silicone. Yeah, that sounds about right. And
Okay.
so that's what something I've always thought about. Is like, how can I refill up the air? Because if I do blow them out, I want to fill them up with something, but it needs to be translucent, like transparent, like that. So that's good.
Yeah, no, we'll
Cool.
we'll talk, and we're gonna talk about that. Like, what is it that I do to like rejuvenate some of these shoes, and
Nice.
give you some ideas on that end. But what I wanted to show you guys is just that that if you look at it, it actually is the Air Max 97, the Air
Oh
unit, right?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is an Air Max
Yeah.
So
The
97. All right.
97s, the 98s, right? That's
and that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. I got to be very careful when I decide to take it off. So I want to really practice with an Air Max 97 before I even do touch this guy.
Got
Right.
it.
So
Makes
that's the
sense.
goal there first.
Makes
Buy
sense.
just a donor that I'm not gonna care about. So that was another shoe, from a football player. And then you know getting older, you kind of just forget like, okay, what's more important? What's like your hobby? So my hobbies were always like a mix of everything, right? So cars to fashion to to just anything in general, traveling. So I really lost, a little bit of the essence of collecting shoes, but the now I'm in a good place where the Lord has blessed me to to provide for my family, and then going back to like saying, you know what, I could start giving myself this, right? Creating this hobby, and then what is my major goal about this? So now I could now I'm in the present moment of where I'm at and going back and collecting these shoes because like my main thing is not to hurt anybody's feelings of like collectors, but how you guys said it best is helping people rejuvenate sneakers. That's my main goal. I want to put great sneakers back on the pavement again, and the shoes that I have now is not because I want to collect them. It's because I want to wear them.
Yep.
So it's not, like I just want to wear them. So I'll start off with showing you what is that I got, and
I want to say
yes,
something. I want to say something about that. That's super special, right? That's super special because we all know when a retro come out, we get excited, and then when we get the product in hand, we get disappointed
what?
for the most part,
Yeah.
right? Right. So you having this avenue, this passion of being a rejuvenator. I don't want to say rejuvenator because that's already a brand, but a rejuvenator of shoes,
Mhm.
of kicks, right? Bringing back its essence, doing little tricks and
Mhm.
tips and cheat codes to make them wearable.
Yeah.
That's a market because there's a lot of us, including myself, that crave to get the original. Bobby,
Yeah.
especially. Bobby's a collector. Crave to have the
Yeah.
original so we can have the original threads, that leather,
Yep.
that air bubble, the Air Max PSI that has the split line on
Yeah.
Air Max 95s. Little
Mhm.
details like that we crave. So your passion for that, man, very valuable in our community, and it resonates with Bobby and I.
And
Thank you.
exactly. I did want I want to add to that, you know. So like Goatee was saying, I'm very big on wearing my stuff. I like the OG colorways. I want to try to find as close as I can to the OGs, the stuff that I missed out as a kid that I want to wear
Yep,
today because it just feels good. It just makes me feel young again, you know. So and if I can get my hands on a wearable OG, I will wear them. I don't care. Like
yep,
I'll still wear my steel toe tens with a toe cap from 1995. I'll wear them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, you know, I have stuff that I wear, and sometimes they're cracking, but I'm like, damn, okay, what can I do to preserve them? But I appreciate what you're doing, and I definitely want to talk to you
yep,
more and more in the future about maybe some restorations for myself because I'm a big fan of that. So,
Yeah.
congratulations to you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So the
that's
shoes
a
I'm
great
gonna.
avenue.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate the positive feedback. And it means a lot to me.
Get ready.
So right now I'm gonna show you before I go and show you my project. I'm gonna show you like all the ones that I have and what is it that I got. So I'm gonna start off with Bobby Kicks. Like his favorite. So here you go. So all right.
Yep,
Yes.
Bobby Kicks joint.
It's funny. It's funny how everyone thinks of the turbulence. They think of me now. It's like I like that. I'm flattered.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
flattered that people
oh
know
yeah.
me. No, I love that freaking shoe,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Thank you. Yes.
Like you
Awesome.
gotta look at it for what it is, man. Like you just like back in the day, some shoes just made a huge statement. Like I remember this shoe going into like a sneaker store, and then I was going back to my parents. They didn't even want you to look at it because they knew you were gonna ask them, and you're just looking at it.
It
Get
was
your
expensive
butt
to
over
even
here.
look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
it, huh? It
Yeah,
cost
yeah,
them
yeah.
money to even look at it. Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So, like, so it's this guy, So, like, I didn't even think twice. So, big shout out to Revenge for getting this one out to me as well, like helping me find this guy. So, thank you so much for that. One
Salute.
of my holy grails as well that I love wearing that it doesn't get too much respect. I wear it regardless. I scratch the shit out of it, but
Yes.
I don't care. But here you go.
Here
Wow.
we go.
Wow.
There
So
we
this
Very,
is
very
go.
cool,
a
man. Love
huge
Here we
that.
go.
indication I wear my shoes right
Here
there.
we go.
Right?
Did you see our episode on the
Yes.
carnivores?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick
Yes.
question.
Woo!
Question. What size do you wear?
I'm a size, a true to size. I'm a size 11, but I go as far as a 12 sometimes with certain sneakers. Like Reeboks, I can
Okay.
go up to a size 12. I don't know why, but Reebok and Adidas. But I'm a size 11 true to size.
That's me.
Dang.
I'm gonna. Bobby was like, "Damn, I wish you was a
Yeah, no, I
nine."
mean, if I ever like what I like to do is that when I find something, anybody that might know me, like shout out to everybody, anybody that might know me, I always ask them what size are you, and if I see it, I just send it straight to them. My mission is like I just pass along the message. It's up to you if you want to buy it. I don't gain nothing, but here you go. You wanted that shoe, there it is.
I
Right.
appreciate that.
So
Listen, I'm an 11. I'm an
uh,
11, really 11 and a
yeah,
half, but I can do 11 to 12 too.
yeah,
I can do 11 to 12 too.
You,
yeah.
you two can talk then, huh?
This is almost like the cousin, right? So we got to go back to
Yes.
these.
Yes,
Yeah, those
sir.
are so. I love
I
those
call
high
those
tops. Love the
those
high
are the
tops.
those are the 71
Yeah,
points.
and you know what, dude? Damn you, Skula. I didn't know these were not David Robinsons, okay? He's like, he has a new
Yeah.
episode of saying,
Well,
like, ruin your childhood or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
you
Sorry,
completed
sorry.
your mission,
But
sir.
but David Robinson was all the commercials
Yeah.
was it was never a
Hmm.
signature,
Yeah,
but it was connected to.
exactly
So this is what I
right.
like about the old school kicks, like this whole ankle support,
Yes,
the new shoes are
Yep.
great, but I just feel like they had more like how to
yeah,
protect the player. right?
And there's so
100%.
many
So like
layers. There's so many layers to it. There's so
yeah,
many like there's leather. There's leather here. There's straps there. There's a
yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
there's a there's a neoprene collar. There's all types of layers.
Well,
Yeah.
this one for me, it just says it all, dude. Like it's meant for what it is. Look at this right here, the Strongs, right?
Oh, the
Wow.
strong.
I
Yep.
This one for me,
love
Strong.
that
just is
Yes,
match.
like it
sir.
makes a huge statement. It just
Yep.
this is one of my like go to like. I'm gonna go out and about in the street. I just want to wear this, you know. Who knows if a dog might chase me? You know, I could run with these. You know,
And you know what? And you know what? Those are the exact midsoles of the
Yeah.
yeah,
CB94s.
yeah.
And look
The
at
Charles
So
Barkley.
yeah.
and I'm gonna bring that subject up with my project, so you can see like maybe we're almost talking the same language here because I want to get your insights as well from the both of you. What do you guys think of what I'm gonna be doing? But yeah, you're right. This
Cool.
this is the same thing. So I got this, and I got
Look at the
the
shape, man. The shape of that. The shape is
so
so awesome, dude.
so
Yeah.
I got these as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's yep. Yep. I remember that retro one.
So
Yep.
I have these as
Yep.
well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I think that some of these shoes back in the day we used to make a huge statement, and then um
Now, real
yes.
quick, when did you transition? When did you go into Nike? What's your story? When did you go into
Oh
Nike?
well,
High
that's
school?
so when I told you that I had to get a summer job so I could get my first diamond tours. Like back in the day, Foot Locker used I don't know about now, but Foot Locker used to do this thing where it was called layaway, and it was like
Oh,
I
wow.
think it was like $30 or $50, and you could like say I want this size, and I want here's my layaway, you know, my deposit, and just keep it there, and they give you a certain amount of days for you to pay the rest. So that was my first, you know, like I wanted my Nike shoe, but then you know from there I did go into some other ones, and but it was more like I think my first one that had an air bubble was the Trainer XL lows. That
Okay.
was like the first
Okay.
one that had an air bubble, and man, I was so devastated. You know, like I remember going to a new school, and this like I was like man, how was it, a seventh or eighth grader? And this kid that was a good friend of mine at the time, he just grabbed the lead pencil and popped my air unit, and I was like, what the?
Oh what? Oh
What a
nah.
So
jackass,
I got
Oh
man.
no.
so I
Oh
got
no.
suspended that day, as you must already know, right?
Of course. Of
Oh,
course.
I was having a bad hip. I had hip dysplasia because you know, like that thing was just like there was no air unit. But yeah, so that's when I transitioned to that like right in high school, like junior high school, when I wanted to get those diamond tears. Like I saw them and it was like it can't get any better than this. Like I want that shoe. So I worked on the summer to get that shoe. So that was
Yep.
like my first ever like summer job where I was able to do that. Yeah,
Dope. Dope.
and
Dope.
then
Dope.
I
Layaway.
got this guy.
Yes,
The
classic.
tempo. Yes,
Yeah,
Love
this
that.
is
sir.
just one
Reggie
of those
Miller.
that it just it just it's just beautiful, man. Like it just has like all
It's a
these little
beautiful shoe.
beautiful things on it. Like you could
I
just
mean,
look at it.
Reggie Miller wore them. Scottie Pippen wore
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
Ray Allen wore them. I
Yep.
mean, a
Yep.
bunch of
Yep.
NBA players
I
endorsed
remember
those,
yeah,
man.
man. Like
those in junior high too. Yep. Yep.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then oh man, excuse me. And then I had these also redone. I tried doing them myself, but I had these already for a good minute. And I'm going back to like now another NBA player, but I really needed a help from Restore Kicks. So big shout out to Restore Kicks, man. Thank you so much for all your help. And so
Shout
I
out.
got these right here.
Nice.
Woo! Here we
So
go.
these are
Here we
now
go.
100 thou wow percent wearable, back on the pavement. You could just wear these
Ooh,
like they're glued. They're gonna
Good
last
job
me.
cleaning them, man.
They're gonna
Good
last me
job cleaning
forever.
them.
I
So
need a
Woo!
pair of those, man. I need the OG colorway, man. I have an
yeah.
all white one that was like a retro. And actually came from Korea, and they're all
Oh
white.
yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't have that one. I don't have the OG colors, man. I need to have a pair.
Yeah, and then
Those never go. Those never
Uh-uh.
get old.
so I know people were going a little bit wild with these. So these are like just something that I have had. I didn't think people were gonna go that crazy over, but you know, shout out again to Schooler, man. Schooler just making people go nuts. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that this was going on with this shoe, and I was like, yeah, I got that shoe, right? So it's this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Listen. That in New York City, that's our boot. That's a boot. If it doesn't snow, you wearing
Yeah, man.
foams. If it snows, you wearing
Oh,
Tims.
look at that.
That's a
Nice.
boot.
Look at
Come on now. Hey, I had those. I had those in high school, and I had those from Nike Outlet. I only paid $89 for those in Nike Outlet. Back in
Insane, man.
'98.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. Well, congrats on that,
'98.
copy.
Got those in the outlet.
Yeah, so it's these guys, man. I bet you
Rumor.
were happy there. You were happy.
What? And here's the thing: it was in an outlet, but it came out later. It came out with like the black
Hmm?
colorway came
Oh wow.
out. Like it
Oh,
came
yeah,
out
yeah.
later, but I was like,
Yeah.
it was like a later. It was like a later, but
I
black
love
foam.
that.
I mean, silver
Yeah.
foam. Tim Duncan's.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, there were clearance prices. There were sale prices because they were making room for the new stock. So all the old
Yep.
stock was like dirt cheap, man. I remember like, going to like local, like, Just for Feed or other, retailers like that. They had a table of like 50% off, no boxes. They're all
Yep.
just the shoes. I mean, that was
Yep.
that was the era right there, man. Like,
That was
oh, I missed that.
Yeah, man. Oh
a
man, you're
question.
right. Back in the day, there
Question.
was a lot of beautiful sales, man. Like, but going back, I got this other one that it's really underrated.
Big Mac. I have a
Yeah.
question. Big Mac. Not a question, but are those red? I heard rumors that the Phone Posit Pro Max, the Phone Posit Max are retroing. Is that correct?
Well, I am not too sure, but I do know that a lot of people are wanting them back. Now, I'm not too positive
Yep.
about that, to be quite honest with you.
Copy.
Like,
Copy. Okay.
I don't want to say
Okay.
something I don't know, but
Go. Go.
going back to some flights, I got these that a lot of people don't give enough respect on, and to be quite honest with you, I love this shoe. So, this is the Air Wing.
Ooh,
Oh,
smooth. I
I
love
haven't
that.
seen those in a
Yeah.
while.
Gary Payton wore these, didn't he?
So I took these completely apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Wow.
love that shoe. I remember that shoe. I remember that shoe on court, at school. Yes, in
Yeah,
the
so
That's a
stores. I remember them all over
dope
the place. Yeah.
details. That's a dope use. That's a dope usage of patent leather.
yeah,
You see how it has like, the trim?
And that
That's
right,
kind of
that
dope.
right there was 1996.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because again, remember my
Mm-hmm.
episode when we talk about where the patent leather started going to all these different shoes
100%.
during '96? That was one
100%.
of those other shoes too. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so like some of
Yep.
these
Yep.
shoes, like they just deserve a little TLC. To be honest with you, like this person really, like I told him, I was like, hey man, I know you're trying to give me a deal here, but do you know what you have? And they were just like, I just want to get rid of them. I'm like, look, man, I know it. Like, you know what? Whatever, dude. Here's this, and here's a little tip because you really don't know what you got. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to
Yep.
like be like I don't know, just abusing somebody's confidence. But basically, the guy was giving me a major deal because the front of the tip had a little crack, and all I did was just took the whole thing off and re-glued it, and that's why the guy didn't want them. That's it, no other
Oh,
reason.
One
one
man's
man's
trash is another
trash,
man's
one man's
treasure.
treasure.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Bobby.
Exactly
Um,
right. I'll be
so
back.
yeah, so I wanted to show
Yep.
you two pair of Reeboks that I have, and this is one of my
Yep.
favorites, the Hertz right here.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. You know what? That was a good era in Reebok.
Definitely.
That was that was a Shaqnosis kamikaze era.
Yeah, and you know
You
what?
know what I'm
It's
saying?
good to have Shaq back. Like I think Shaq's supposed to be the
Yes.
president, or he's the president, and then you got
Yes.
Iverson as the vice president. So it's good to have them
Yes,
back because
sir.
they're doing great things. Bringing back some of these old school shoes, and then
100%.
I'm sure that the only way
Big
that the
Hurt.
newer generation will know anything about what we lived through is if we have Shaq and like Iverson bringing them back for some of us, and then the new generation
Yep.
can actually be like, oh, what is that?
Exactly right.
So
Yep.
great one. And then there's another design.
Classics.
There's another design that I got that's for Scott Morris, and this is another shoe that used to be in competition with Nike as well. Right?
Ooh,
Oh,
the Insta
wow.
Pump
Yeah.
Shacks. Ooh.
They still
What
they
are those
still
called?
work.
Shack Attack
Yeah,
threes?
the
What are those
force.
called? The
Wow.
fours. Technically
It has a
fours.
pump up there,
Fours.
right?
Yeah. So right
Insta
here.
Pump.
So
Insta
let me
Pump.
see if
Right
it's
there.
in.
Yeah.
There it goes. Right here. Yeah.
Bobby, it also has a Velcro strap in the back to lock it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Get
that's
Yeah.
that
funny.
lockdown.
That's interesting because look, the Nike Air Pressure has the external pump, but that never went anywhere. But Reebok did the same thing and it went further.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this you just lock it into place right here. And just pump it to your own liking. And the good thing is you can do it individually for every shoe, for your shoe, and whatever is the pressure you want to have on there.
That's
So
badass.
these are a great ankle as well. Love
That's
these shoes.
badass.
Tough.
That's
Uh,
cool.
Underrated model. That's an underrated Reebok right there.
correct, correct.
Super
100%.
underrated.
I want to go with some of the shoes that I have that are pretty old school, but they're essential to the '90s, and This one, Mr. Aaron Cooper. So we got the Maestro threes.
Yes.
Ooh,
See,
yes,
I'm
sir.
telling you, those bubbles on the sides right there
Yeah,
are my favorite. When you see
yeah,
those
Yeah. So
little external little bubble eyes, on the
like
side
this,
there, I
right?
love that. Yes.
yep,
You can't
That,
go wrong
exactly.
with that,
Yep,
man. Like,
same
I
thing
love
like
that.
can't go wrong. That was a
for
staple.
for the Flight Fives. They always have that little extra thing that you could look for
Yes.
because look at it, you're like carrying something like a little emblem that you're just like, I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
And also,
But also for basketball purposes, when you crossing over or when you're
yeah,
going to the right, you need to cut left. That's
yeah,
protection.
you need to have that, the protection on the side of
Yes,
the
sir.
foot,
That's
right?
so
Yeah. So
the
when
functionality of it is dope too.
Yeah, so
That's
like when
awesome,
you
man.
start
Yeah,
figuring out, like, and you start reading the articles, and you see some of Aaron Cooper's, like what is it that what was his like inspiration, and he goes he
yeah,
into details like giving you like his and sketches like ocean, a stingray, and things like that. You're just like,
Yes.
wow, you start
yeah.
seeing it.
Let me see
But
the back. Let me see the back of him. The back of him.
sure,
The back of the shoe. Just the back. All right. Go
See?
back a little bit. Go back a little bit. All right, guys.
Okay,
Question.
I
What
know
is
what that
that?
is. That's an
What?
air
What is
penny.
it about? What is that?
That's an air penny.
Air Penny 2.
Air penny too.
That's an Air Penny 2 back. Air Penny 2. Show. I know you got them.
I think
Show them. Nike always. Nike does those little sneaky
Yeah,
things sometimes. There we go.
yeah.
There we go.
That's
Yes,
crazy. That's
sir.
funny, man. If you know,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
man. If you know, you
yeah,
If you
know.
know, you know.
I couldn't let these go, man. They were like on
Of course you
Shoe
can.
Palace,
Of
$80.
course.
Come on.
Yep.
Am I supposed to,
Yep.
I just saw him. I was like, you need a home.
I hate that they didn't make the soles blue translucent like OG, but it's okay.
They got
You're
to
right.
bring back
It's
that
okay.
all white model.
Right. Huh?
Remember in East Bay? East Bay had the Air Penny twos. They had an all white model. It was
Oh,
it was
yep.
like
The
a
sample
PE or
model.
something, right? It was like a prototype or something. But man, they didn't release those, dude.
Here's
Yep.
another.
That's
Here's
fly.
another.
That's fly.
I spoke with Seth, and shout out to Seth, man. Like I said, he just knows a lot,
Are you
man. Like that
Yeah,
guy.
saying set
yeah,
Yeah,
soul to
yeah,
yeah,
soul, right?
correct.
Soul to soul?
Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
soul, yeah, man.
That's
Like
our
that guy
guy.
is
That's our
just a
guy.
monster genius. But you know what?
yeah.
Also, he's a super great guy because he just chit chats with you. He's not like on
Yes,
his
he
high
does.
horse, nothing. Like he just gives you like, his experience. So shout out to him. And so I
Real
ended up
deal
getting
guy.
this. I got this,
Real,
and
real,
it's the
a
Air
real
Life
one.
2. And I know there was a couple of different models, but there's another Aaron Cooper right here.
Ooh, I haven't seen that in a
This is
while.
the. Oh, I know this is. Hold on. This is part of the. Oh crap!
Yeah,
Is it the Air Sleep?
you got the Air Sleep, you got the Air Live, and there's another one I really can't remember what it's called, but you got the
Oh
other one.
my gosh! Yeah.
I haven't
Wow.
seen those in a
Yeah.
Yeah.
while.
Super awesome, man. Wow. You
Check,
know what?
check.
Now that I'm looking at them, you see those bubbles,
Yeah.
those circles? During this time, they came out with a lot of different shoes with that design. One of them was a pair that I had called the Nike Air Dozer,
Okay.
and
Mm,
the Nike Air Dozer. Those are the ones that are very obscure that I showed a goatee one time. But if you
yep,
look at that model,
yep,
you
yep,
start
yep.
seeing this one and
Yeah.
all these different Nike basketball models that have that same aesthetic. And that's Nike really did
Yep.
an awesome job of coming out with like certain aesthetics, certain times. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
And then also that sneaker series was the introduction
Oh,
to Nike basketball. The
Exactly
new
right. It
logo.
had the basketball
The new
logo. Yes.
logo.
Yep.
yeah, so you mean like this right here?
Ooh wee! Look at that.
Yes.
I love that.
Ooh, look at
Again, that
those.
little bubble
Yes.
right there too.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
Zoom Air
look
little
Yep.
logo.
look at
That's that
yeah,
cool
when
Zoom
you
Air
look at
logo.
Aaron Cooper's designs, it just has this little weird flow, like
Man,
not weird, just
amazing.
like a genius flow. Like you just like, where did you come up? So this shoe, like, it's so breathable because
Wow.
edges right here, all these like inside, they're
Yes, it's
just
exposed.
breathable
Yep.
mesh.
And flexible. It's
Mm,
flexible too. So when you
Exactly.
bend it, it kind of has that. The best way I could describe it is like that armadillo. You know, an armadillo
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when it moves, it kind of like
Yeah.
moves in like shapes
Yeah.
like this.
yeah.
It has that same effect.
I totally
You
see
know.
that
Yeah.
as well. For me, like the first thing I thought about, I don't know if you guys are like movie buffs, but it was the xenomorph from Aliens. All these little ribs like that they have
Okay.
like here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way I
Good
saw
call.
this when
Good
you
It's like
look
call.
at it from a bird's
Good
eye view.
scale.
call.
But also,
Yeah, good call.
I don't know if you guys
And
see
then
this right here. This reminds me of some Jordans, man. I don't know if that
Yes.
reminds you of some Jordans. Yeah,
12s, the 12s, the
yeah. So
12s.
that was like,
Wow, the 12s.
I
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Aaron Cooper does a great job of making something that looks good, that performs well, that has quality
yeah.
materials. That's a
Yep.
90s. That's a late 90s staple.
Mhm.
In my opinion,
Yep.
we don't have the same quality anymore, man. But that's right
Yep.
there, man. That's
Nah,
crazy.
man, nah. It's a, you know, it's a, he's,
Hey man, hey, Big Mac, you bringing out some gems right
Hell
now,
yeah.
FYI.
oh,
You bringing
thank you
out
so
you
much.
bringing out some forgotten gems, man.
Uh,
Salute to you, man. I had to let you know that
Thank you,
real
man.
quick.
Thank you. And then I got these. Big fan of Paint Manning. So
Son of gloves,
I saw
son of
when
gloves.
you saw school, you had your pair, right? Bobby Kicks.
Yeah, I had my white ones. I had the gloves. Yeah, the all white gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You had the gloves. You had the
I
gloves.
love the freaking gloves. I
So
actually just got I just got a Grail. I just got a Grail not too
nice,
Is
recently.
it?
nice,
Is
nice.
it? Did you get the black gloves?
Yes, I got the
Yeah.
black one, man. I got the
Yeah.
black one
Congratulations,
I
finally in
man.
my
knew.
collection.
I knew you were chasing them, Bobby. You were chasing them.
Yeah.
Yes.
This big shout out to my wife, mi esposa Leslie. The issue with this was the zipper. It wouldn't go all the way up, so the guy didn't want to fix them. So I was like, you know, my wife knows how to, you know, she's a good sewer. I was like,
Oh wow.
maybe project, and she fixed it for me. Like the zipper goes up and down now. Like I have zero issues
Nice.
with this
Very
thing. So it's
cool.
like I want to
Love
go
that.
helping
Nice.
you out with these
Dude,
shoes, right? So
That's
there's
dope.
another one,
That's
that's
dope.
and everything's
an
still
That's
like
awesome
dope.
shoe, man.
still
Look at
sharp,
that.
right? Right, 100%.
Clean.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
So,
Beautiful.
oh,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
and just paying some respects on for Mr. Agassi, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Agassi. I like the way you said
yes,
that.
yes, sir.
Agassi, yes.
Hey, you don't see that colorway often too. So
Yeah,
salute to that colorway.
man. I
I
mean,
love that tongue.
as
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
much as I want to go back to the originals and going back old school, like I said, I think I'd rather leave that for people who are actually authentic collectors and not just go
Yep.
with, you know, it's like, okay, I don't want to have it here and I can't use it, so I want to go with something that I could use, right? And
Yep.
that's why I went with this. And yeah, man, it was
Yep.
feel pretty good getting this pair and walking around the mall, and there was a shoe guy. He was just like, hey, I know those shoes.
Yes.
You wear 'em." I was like, oh. So it's great to also like walk around and people, you know, recognize something that they don't see as
That's
often,
a
right?
classic.
I
So
love
there
that
you go.
color
Hey, hey.
combination, man. It
Yeah,
has
man.
you have the purple, you have the
Yeah.
turquoise.
And
Yep.
right.
The
So
black. Yep.
yeah, it's a great color,
That's
man.
a 90s staple, man. 90s staple for sure.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby. We're like 50 something minutes into. I think this is a good time,
Yep.
Mac, to discuss your top five ever. What do you think, Bobby?
All
Yes.
right.
I want to hear
So
your top five. Yeah.
top five is something that
Top five
yeah.
ever. Ever.
I have it, but the thing is,
Hold
I
on,
need
hold
to
on,
fix
hold
it.
on, hold on. Starting from five
Yeah,
to
here it
one.
goes. Yeah. So this is right here, my Lightning.
Wow.
I'm a
DMX
big,
Ooh.
on the bottom.
big out to Profi 215 Philly. You know, he's a great guy, man. And I saw these, you know, from Clyde Drexler, but he actually told me it's from Chauncey. You know, and but for me, you know, Clyde Drexler, I really at the time that's the guy I was paying attention to before I paid attention to Jordan.
Wow.
And Clyde Drexler was one of my biggest, you know, like, and he used to wear these as well. So I still need to fix this shoe.
Wow.
I know that Reebok is reselling some good stuff right now, and I could. This is what I'm doing right now. This is
Wow.
Real DMX,
That,
Bobby Kicks. Real
that is
DMX.
cool. Wow. That is crazy
so
Dope.
cool.
Dope.
I already have a model. I just can't remember the name that I'm gonna be gutting and putting into this shoe. So these are gonna be wearable at some point.
You're gonna
All right,
rejuvenate.
yeah.
You're gonna
So
That's
rejuvenate.
awesome,
All right,
man.
so
that's
that's your number
my
five.
number five.
All right.
DMX.
So I'm my
Good
other
choice.
project, the CB4s.
Ooh,
Ooh.
CB90.
Right.
Ooh,
So
okay.
this already this I'm gonna reuse the sole from a Way Up, same
Way
sole.
up.
So
Good
Mm.
call. Good call.
Good one.
Good
Good
my
one.
call.
September October project that I'm gonna be putting back on the pavement.
That's
So this is my number
Oh,
four.
awesome,
listen,
man.
I can't wait for you to show pictures of you wearing
Yeah. So
those, man.
this
Woo!
is my number four.
I mean, you're a hands-on
Four.
guy, man. Like you know how to do these type of things, man. Not everyone could just dive into it. You know
I
what I'm saying? Like that.
Right.
sincerely, I do my best. If I'm not afraid to ask for help. Just like with Restore Kicks, you know, like when I did a project, he helped me out. But I try first. Then if I fail, it's like I gotta send it out to the pros. But I do the investigating of what can I put on there, right?
Nice.
Like how can I do this, right?
Yeah.
So
Dope.
I have to go back to these.
Number
Number three.
three. Number three.
Right?
Turbulence. Okay. Number three.
Perfect.
Number deuce. Here you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Super CB
Well,
Max, the Super number
shout out
2.
to that told me that
Woo!
these are called the super cools. And I told him I saw the box. What the heck's up with that? Like, is it the wrong box? And
Wait. Those are not
they
Charles
are, but
Barkley's?
they're called the super cools. So I think at the
Oh,
time there was a
Super
yeah. So
Cools.
there are super CBs, but they're at the time the box is super cool. So Seth was telling me that they might have been for somebody else before they changed it to the super
Yes.
CBs.
That's
Oh
true. That's
wow,
true. That's true. I remember that. Yes.
And my number one, and
that's
because I
Kickstory
have this,
right
the
there.
number one is because I have this dear to my heart because this was a project that I did. Is the Nike Air Alonsos?
Yes.
All right,
Such a
you
nice
gotta.
looking shoe,
The
man.
stage is
Yeah.
yours.
So nice looking,
Listen,
man.
we saw Bobby and I were talking about that and talking about your journey. Man, talk to the viewers about your journey with that
So
shoe.
this shoe I bought it from I think it's Air Kyung 88. Highly recommend the store. Shout out to them. And I used to see this as a kid, but going back, I couldn't buy it. So I bought it, and I didn't care if it was wearable or not. I This was going to be my full project from beginning to end. And as soon as the box came in, I put them on. I knew they were gonna crumble. The air unit. I didn't care. Took pictures so everybody could see. This is me receiving them, and I want y'all to see this journey. Took them apart, like in from wearing them. 15 minutes later, I took them all apart, looked at it, gutted it, cleaned them, and then that's when I started investigating what can I use to get the air unit in there.
Nice.
And I tried a bunch of methods, trying to contact other people like from Alibaba and things like that, and I couldn't. Nobody was giving me a proper answer. So what I did was I just kept gutting other shoes that they were like from Goodwill or something, and I found a pair of FUBU running shoes from Walmart that shout out to my daughter Kayla
What?
Zoe. Kayla was just like,
What?
"Dad, does this fit?" And I was like, "That might work." So got them that
Wow.
same day, gutted it out, put it in there, and all I needed to do was Dremel on the inside of the midsole, Dremel so I can make that air unit sit flat. And then I just filled it in so with the foam sheet so that it could provide that that air unit to expand outwards so it could be flush to
Oh,
the window of the.
wow.
So this air unit is
Crazy.
actually about this long. So I needed to Dremel the inside so I can make it sit flush on the outside,
Yeah.
right?
Man, that's
So
genius,
Unreal.
dude.
I did
Genius.
that, and I tried doing it every. Oh, so here's another thing. So the air piece that was crumbling. So what I did is I put tape on it. I tried laminating it, but my laminating machine was not working. It didn't want to. So this is already like it has like 3 sheets of tape in there, so it won't even come off. It's not even gonna break anymore, right? So
Wow.
Question. Question. So the air unit disintegrated,
yeah,
crumbled, but the midsole did. The
ah,
midsole was fine.
this
Nothing
this
happened
is
to the
the
midsole.
actual air unit right here.
Wow. Wow.
This is the actual air
Wow.
Wow.
unit, right?
Now
So
listen.
yeah,
Listen. Nothing
this
happened
the
to the
material
midsole.
of this stuff of this type of midsole. I can't remember what it's called. There's a specific name for it, but that's what the super cools and the Maestro threes. That's what they're all made out of. So
Wow.
those don't crumble anymore.
Wow.
They don't crumble.
Nice.
So this
Is it
this
fine
I
Nice.
could
on?
I could press it right there.
Wow.
Nothing. It's good. So
Wow.
restore kicks. I sent it out to him with my frustrated first day. Next day, air just get it. He fixed it, and that was it.
Wow. Very, very
Oh.
cool, man.
My
Very,
number
very
one.
cool.
Yeah.
That shoe, it like again, Nike does a good job of designing a shoe that fits the player. When you see that shoe,
For that
that
person.
that it looks like a boxing shoe, like a boxing boot.
It does.
You
It
So
know?
it has the
does.
33 on here for Alonso, and then all these are actually like little metal pieces. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
Look at that, Bobby.
It's
Metal.
it's
Metal.
easy. It's
Actual
easier
metal.
to
Yeah.
lace in. Yeah.
And to be honest, another shout out to Seth again. This is another Aaron Cooper design. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
did
that.
personally
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. AC did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Wow.
And here's the thing.
this
Here's the thing. Those weren't popular
oh,
when they came
Nope.
out at all. No.
no,
I
no, man,
mean,
not at all. But
Man, I
I
love
wanted to
that.
show you something real quick before we go. So this air unit is from the super cools, right? So this is my current project right now, right? But when you look at this air unit where we talked about the Air Max 2 from the sole of the Strongs, It's the same one, guys. It's literally the same
Yeah.
one.
Yep. I
So
see that.
if you guys
Wow.
have some super cools and things like that you guys want to fix, get yourself a cheap pair of Air Max 2s, CB94s, and do a comparison. I already got some in the way, but this is the air unit of that.
Nice.
All right, so that's the project I have for this month, and these will be soon back on the pavement. So
I love that.
look forward to that,
Now,
fellas.
now, now, question. I
Yes,
know
sir.
the Alonzo was your first
Yeah.
project, right? Your first project you've done, right? So, is your mindset right now for the audience, for us too? Is this going to be an individual thing, or are you going to make this a
I would
business?
like to create something with people that are passionate with me. I always talk with Revenge. I always talk with Cole Saab, and I'm always trying to get ideas with other people, and Restore Kicks, and I'm trying to figure out how can it not just benefit me, right? How can it benefit other people? So I'm always like talking to people. If you look at my page, I try to answer every comment on there, and every message that I get, I try to get back at everybody so that everybody's aware that I'm trying to help out, right? And if I could make this into a business where it benefits everybody, then great. But for right now, if we don't try to restore these shoes, we're never gonna see them. You know, it starts off with one what's the word like a rumor, right? Like rumors go off by just one person creating it, right? So let's just say I wear this and I start going out and about, and everybody from the followers that I have, and they see this and they repost it, it'll somehow, some way go back to Nike,
Yeah, it will. It will. It will.
right? So
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
we don't make these shoes be wearable again, Nike is not going to pay attention to us at all. They're going to keep creating what they create. But if we could just get this little thing started where the message goes back to them, and they're like, hey, you know what? People are restoring their old kicks. You
Yep.
know, then that could be something that they're going to be like, hey, you know, let's go back to the drawing board and let's start releasing this. So it's more than a business. Is how can I get the message out there? That I think
Yes.
that's my main goal.
Nice,
My main goal is just
nice.
how can I make somebody else be more like he did it, I can do it. And I'm gonna ask
Yep,
questions. Like, don't fear. Just ask me anything you guys want, and I'm gonna try to help you guys as much as
No.
possible.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
One good point you just made about like I think Nike is listening. Recently, they have been noticing here and there. If you notice, Nike and Jordan brand has been releasing quote unquote like vintage looking gear, like the lost and found ones with the whole
Oh,
packaging and the fake receipt and stuff like that too. So they're trying to capture that nostalgia, and honestly, I think people in this community is influencing that because right now the hype stuff, this is my opinion now, the hype stuff can only go so far because it's trendy,
100%.
and I think
Yeah,
it lacks the history part because it's like, all right, cool, you got a rapper that's collabing with the project, but where's the story? It's just a
yeah,
popular, right now a
yep,
popular guy
yep,
that has a silhouette
yep,
and he just changed the color. Now it's like $1,000 shoe. It's like, okay, that's
yeah,
cool. That can only go so far. But
yep,
if you look at historical pieces like the one you built, like the one, okay, you got Aaron Cooper behind the design. You got the player that played in the NBA that made some great things. You got quality on the materials and the shoe build, and it's a unique silhouette. It's nothing you've seen
yeah.
today. It's not a cookie cutter design. You know,
100%.
those things right there, Nike needs to get back to. It's like no more cookie cutter designs. Stay away from the collabs, to a certain degree, but
Yeah.
also give us performance, give us quality materials, and work with prominent designers. Nostalgia does sell, yeah, it does.
Nostalgia
Correct.
I mean,
sells.
there is a
Exactly. Shout
market
out,
for
Perfectly
man.
that.
put.
Yeah, and thank you for watching too. So I
Yep.
agree with what you're saying, and I think the more we do these things, the more we collab with other creators. And Seth is, I think, in my opinion, really leading the way because he's been in the game for such a long time,
He's a
and he's
long
really
time.
good friends with ours. And it's
Yep.
awesome that he's talking to you too. I think we're gonna change the dynamic. That might sound like it's very ambitious, but I believe that.
No, of course, of
Agreed.
course. I totally
Agreed.
agree with you. It's super well said. I can't even change any word that you have put out there, man. Like it's I totally agree with you 100%. I feel that whatever brand is doing what they're doing right now, it's great. It's great for the new generation, right? But going back to the essence never fails, right? It just doesn't
Never
fail.
fail.
It
Yeah.
just
It's
I don't know if you guys remember a Super Bowl where they had brought out Missy Elliott and everybody thought she was the new singer, right?
Yes,
So
yep,
like if we
yes,
yep,
bring
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
so like
yep.
if we bring a shoe like this and you just show it to the public, people are gonna think it's a brand new shoe, but
Yeah,
us, we know it's, oh man, they're bringing it back, right? So
yep,
like
yep,
I
yep.
think that we definitely should be, looking back to the drawing board, open up, that treasure chest, and just be like, you know what, let's whip out what pause. Let's take out what we got and what worked for us back in the day.
Exactly right.
Like
That's what
yeah,
made them successful. That's what made them successful
of
back in the
course,
day.
yeah,
So why not, bring it back again? I think right now is the moment to do it. I think Reebok, in my opinion, is
oh
going to
yeah,
be doing that. I think Reebok is going to have that
Yep.
edge because they got Shaq and they got Iverson behind the mix. So I think they're going to really go into their treasure chest and bring them out. So thank you everyone who started following us
yeah,
and Terrence,
yeah,
good
What
guy
was
right there too.
going on? And to wrap this up, how the brands are going to do this is
yeah,
what we're doing right now.
yeah,
Let's just let's just continue to be consistent with our passion. We're fortunate to live in this era, to showcase, to talk and have authentic conversations, and let us, the community, influence Nike, influence Reebok, right? Because like you said, Bobby, they listening. They may not respond, but they're listening,
Yeah, they have
right?
to.
They're listening.
You can't
Um,
ignore it.
yeah. No, I mean,
can't ignore it. One
yeah,
one brand that I feel is getting it when it comes to new designs is Adidas.
yeah,
True.
yeah,
And they do give us
I
the materials too. They do give us the quality materials too. So shout
they
out to
give
them.
you that Puma and Adidas suede
Yes.
has never changed.
no, they thrive on more of the quality of the sneaker, right? So like they
Yep,
want to use top quality leathers and meshes and
Yes.
things like that. So I agree with you with
Yes.
that as well.
One
yep,
one point I did want to make,
Yes.
talking about Puma real quick. So Puma, if you noticed, they were heavy in the Olympics, this past Olympics.
Oh
You
yeah.
see
yep,
you see a lot of the track and runners, they're using Puma. Why? Because they've really capitalized on performance. They're not just all
yep.
style, but they give you performance, man. I'll stand by Puma because they've made some great running shoes. They've made some great performance, shoes for the actual performer. So that's another good example that there's some brands out there that do stick in their lane and they do it really well.
They stick in
And
their lane.
I really hope that Nike gets back into that game of like quality, performance, and unique design. So they have the potential of doing it, and I believe in them as well.
Yeah, no, Puma
Also,
is a
also,
full supporter of like letting everybody kind of like enjoy, some of what sports athletes wear. At the time, I remember I bought the Puma
yep,
Monstros, the Y2Ks.
yep,
Like you feel like, okay, man, I'm wearing what somebody else is wearing, or even like BMW at the time, Ferrari, they were wearing a lot of Pumas. So yeah, so
Yes,
all that saw top notch quality stuff, man.
for sure,
and
man.
then also I have one more
Yes.
request. I have one more request. Bring back the essence of
Oh yeah.
commercials.
Yes, yes,
Right?
Yeah.
Because I was just having a conversation with a family member that's also a sneaker enthusiast. We're like, have you ever gone on Instagram and gone on Nike page? I'm like, no. Like, we don't,
Yeah.
right? So Nike is losing not only its essence, but is losing. They're not keeping up with the times now. We don't see when a new signature sneaker come out. How do you really see
Yeah.
it? And if it's a commercial, they will fumble like they did the D
Yeah.
books, right? They'll fumble. So bring back the essence of
Make them
commercials. Get
fun.
us excited about a
Also,
shoe,
make them fun
right?
because they were fun
Make them
commercials,
fun.
right? They were
little
just really
penny,
fun
little
commercials.
penny.
Yeah.
Little Penny, right? They even did it when rest in peace Kobe and
True,
LeBron. They had the puppets.
true,
Come
Or like they
on,
true.
gave that
That was
come
one
on.
where
fun.
he was doing
Engage
I'm
us.
not too sure if it was a Nike or it was Adidas. I can't remember, but it was Kobe Bryant just slam dunking over and over and over, and you're just like, this is what we want to see because
Yeah,
when you think
Yeah,
that when you think that the
yeah.
shoe is gonna give you that power, you wear that shoe, you're like, I'm about to dunk like this dude right now, right? So
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
gives the hopes and dreams that once you wear this is what I'm gonna be doing exactly like that NBA or that football player, So making sneakers fun, where even the what Hiram Cooper says, listen to the athlete as well. Like, it's not just
Yes.
about the shoe. How can the athlete also feel like, I'm having fun with what I have, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Yep, yep. Bobby Kicks, you got anything else, man? Listen, Big Mac, I enjoyed the hell out of
Too,
this
Yes.
man.
this live
Thank you
today,
so much.
man.
Yes.
Like, damn, I enjoyed this,
I
I
man.
want
learned a lot.
to.
Yep. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
No, no. I was just gonna say I learned a lot from you. I was so, excited to see your projects, your thought process. How you start everything, man. Like I was so entertained, dude. I hope everyone that's watching starts following you. We start, engaging even more. So we want to keep this energy going. So, I'll pass it over to you real quick.
Well, first, like, I want to end off by saying, like, this is a great opportunity for me, for you guys to actually, like, also follow me, man. I want to thank you guys so much for that, that positivity as well. Like, I really didn't
Sure.
intend for it to go this far, to be quite honest with you, but I'm just glad it did, and I cannot words cannot say words cannot describe what I feel right now with you guys, giving me the support, and just letting me talk, and asking me the questions, and just truly being interested in what I have. You guys are doing great things. I hope that all your endeavors grow super big, and that you guys
Thank you.
just keep
Thank
growing
you.
and growing, because you guys are doing, like, great things for the community. And man, I can't appreciate you guys much more than saying gracias. Like, thank you so much, man. Gracias. And man, God bless you guys, dude. You guys are doing amazing things, man. Thank you so much, and
Thank
big
you.
shout out
Awesome,
again
man.
to Revenge of the Sneakers, man. That's my boy. I can't speak any higher than, dude. Just big shout out to that man, dude. Unique
Yeah.
fella, dude. Like, I wouldn't be
He's a
where I'm
cool
at
dude.
if he's one of my
Yep.
biggest inspirations. So, and my family.
All
So,
right.
thank you so
Yep.
much.
Awesome.
Yep. Listen, just to wrap it up, you showed us your Kickstory, which is the story behind sneakers. You showed us the Kickstory, which is the history of sneakers. Right. So what you've accomplished authentically is exactly why Bobby and I joined forces to create this platform.
Yep.
Right. So you are a living testament to the power of just the history and stories of
Thank you.
sneakers,
Thank
right?
you.
So I want to salute you. And you also told us this is your first live,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So salute
Thank you,
to you,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Salute to you,
That's why I'm
man.
like,
For real.
this is a huge moment for me. Like, to be honest with you, like, thank you so much, man. Like, words can't
Word,
describe it. To be
word,
quite honest with you, like, I'm super happy.
You
word.
did great, man. You did great. I was so like, my attention was like, okay, what else is gonna bring out, man? I was
Locked
very,
in.
very,
Wow.
locked in, entertained,
Yep.
informed, like educated.
Yep.
I hope
Yep.
everyone that watched did the same thing too, because we want to reach out to you guys as well too, because everyone has a kick story to share. Everyone has a
Everybody
personal
does.
story. Everyone has something to bring to the table to make this community even bigger and to really like
Yep.
change waves because it's a good time to do it now. I think right now the sneaker industry is going through a lot of changes, and I feel we need more of these type of discussions to influence more of what we want out of it because ultimately we're buying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's
Yep.
speaking nothing but facts, man.
100%.
Awesome.
Well, you're dope. We had a good hour to you to showcase yourself. We're appreciative. Hey, we in the future it would be a disservice if we don't reconnect with you and
Yes.
have a part two.
Thank you.
Bob, I think Bobby is going out.
Yeah,
Big Mac, you can hear me?
I can hear you, man.
I'm here
Bob,
too.
you can hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
All right, cool, cool. Just rounding off, guys. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the last day of the Olympics. Also, check us out on
Right for
YouTube.
you.
We have our Olympics top 5 episode.
Olympics. No,
Classic,
just
classic.
supporting.
Classic. Enjoy the Olympics.
Likewise.
Once again, check us out on YouTube. Listen, we have a top five Olympic shoes. Big Mac. Go on YouTube or even on one of our Instagram posts and give us your top 5 Olympic shoes.
Sounds
We want
good.
to see it.
Sounds good. I'll do that.
Yep. Yep. And then whoever's
Yes.
watching, show us.
Show us.
Not
Tag
show us,
us.
but
Tag us.
tell us your top 5. We
Yeah.
want to
Will
Do a
know.
do. Will
We
do.
want to know because
do
Bobby
a do
top
a
5
do
too.
a carousel post. Show us your five. in your post and tag us on it, and we'll feature you on our stories
Yeah.
because we want to tell those kick stories too. So, let us know
100%.
what your top 5 is. So again, episode 20 is on YouTube now, like Goatee said. Go watch it,
Yep.
subscribe, hit that notification bell, and episode 21 will be coming out next Monday, not this following Monday, but next Monday. And thank you for all the
Yep.
support. Big Mac, thank you for joining us. This was
Salute,
awesome. We're going to
salute,
follow
Big
up with
Mac.
you. Thank you for everyone
Yep.
that's been watching, new followers, new engagement. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Cheers, fellas. Up to the next one, man. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.
All right. Happy Sunday. Everybody be safe and everybody rock your
Definitely.
kicks.
Definitely. Peace out, fellas.
Peace, guys.